Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
As I'm sure you've gathered from my many references to Bible Study Fellowship, I always learn a lot, much of which I pass on to you, my faithful listeners. Some weeks I learn so much that I can't make full podcasts out of it, but I still want to share. That's true about John 6, with the stories of the feeding of the 5,000 and Jesus walking on the water. So I thought today I could share some of the one-liner lessons I learned, and hopefully you'll be able to use some of what I learned in your life. As a recap of the feeding of the 5,000, Jesus had taken his disciples across the Sea of Galilee for some quiet time together. But huge crowds followed. Jesus, having compassion on them, taught them and then asked his disciples about feeding them. Andrew brought a small boy's lunch and Jesus multiplied it, filling the whole crowd and even having 12 baskets of leftovers. So here's what I learned. First, people are not an interruption or an irritation, but an opportunity for ministry. And I can use these opportunities to teach others and model for them. Secondly, when I set aside what I want, I give God a chance to work through me. Third, when I see a need and realize it's impossible, I can expect God to act. Fourth, I can bring God what little I have and watch Him multiply it. Fifth, human solutions aren't always necessary because His resources are unlimited. Sixth, let nothing be wasted. Always look for what God can teach you. Seventh, get other people involved and let them see Him work through them. Eighth, give thanks even before you see a solution. Directly after the feeding of the 5,000, Jesus sent His disciples across the Sea of Galilee, straight into a storm. They rowed and rowed but got nowhere. Then they saw Jesus walking on the water. He said, "It is I, do not be afraid." When they received Him into the boat, the wind stilled and they suddenly arrived at their destination. So here's what I learned. Number 1, obey, but expect storms. 2, when we focus on scary circumstances, we forget Jesus and what He can do. In our mind, the waves get bigger than Jesus is. 3, rowing harder isn't always the answer. Inviting Jesus into the boat is. Number 4, no matter how far away I am, Jesus will answer when I call. 5, in His presence, I don't have to fear. Number 6, Jesus is sovereign over every detail of our lives. Number 7, Jesus never leaves us alone to struggle. Number 8, the purpose of our storms are to lead us to a deeper faith and worship. So now you've seen my little treasure trove of gems from this story. So what can you learn from the Bible passage you read this morning? What can it teach you about God? What does it show you about yourself and how you ought to act? What does God want you to apply from what you've learned? The stories from the Bible aren't for our own entertainment. As 2 Timothy 3:16 says, it's there to teach us, warn us, and correct us so that we can become mature children of God. So what's God teaching you today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.